Welcome to a very special GMBNtech Pro Bike Check, people, where I've managed to steal away, temporarily at least, Tom Pidcock's bike. Now, I'm joined by Rune of the Ineos Grenadiers, who's one of their mechanics, who's going to give us a bit of a run-through on this very special steed. Now, it is, of course, the Pinarello Dogma XC, the full sus. Latest offering, correct?
It's just released yesterday, I think, so it should be pretty new. But wait a bit before you can buy it.
From what I gather, actually, it's available for those who are interested already next spring, roughly?
We don't have a specific date, but what I'm told for Pinarello will be like next spring. I hopefully early spring.
All right, that's pretty, exciting times, especially for a company that, is their first foray really into a mountain bike, and to go in with a full sus as well is pretty crazy.
At least the first real mountain bike.
Yeah, so. yeah, very true. Right, let's dive into this. So, first up, obviously, a very striking paint job. Gold, obviously, for the Olympic champion, right?
Yeah, so both Tom and Pauline have both custom paint jobs. Of course, Tom with the gold, Pauline with the worlds. So that's a small detail. There's small details around on the whole bike with the gold on Tom. And and the world stripes on Pauline, of course.
Yeah, if you've got it, flaunt it, right? Now, what sort of sizes or size are we running on this bike here for Tom?
Both our riders are small. They're still working on different sizes Pinarello, so we'll see. I don't know how many sizes there will be available.
And how far along the development process would you say this one is? Obviously, it looks very nice and finished and tidy, but we were sort of saying off camera that actually there might still be some tweaks and changes made in the final production model.
There's a little bit with the layout. We're working on a few things, but in general, the bike like you see it is the finished bike. There'll be a few things we change, but it should not be too much.
Okay, so on the whole, it's gonna look the same, but maybe a few layups, a few sort of slight tweaks here and there, right?
Yeah, and then if you want the gold, you need to win the Olympics.
Okay, I feel like this could be the only one with gold on it then. All right, so let's dive into this bike a little further. Now, there's a few bits on here that I'm not too familiar with, so let's start up the front. Now, this cockpit, obviously, we've got a most all-in-one one-piece bar and stem with this really cool Pinarello integrated custom top cap as well. Now, you were saying this is custom for each of the riders and there's options, right?
Yeah, we have two. First, we have two bars and stems integrated, and both of them is custom for the riders. They will be available, but we don't know the sizes yet. Then we have the KH top cap that's custom for us also. So in general, the whole project is a lot of our partners that came together and did it really good.
Amazing. Yeah, and that's why would he change it? Is this different courses, different riding styles, short track maybe?
Handlebar and stem will stay the same for them, but it's just Pauline have one setup, Tom have a different setup.
Okay. All right, and onto the wheels. P1 Race Technologies, that's a Pinarello in-house thing again, right? Something I've not seen too much in the world of mountain biking again.
It's actually not Pinarello, it's Princeton that do road wheels as well.
Okay.
And we went to them in the off-season and said, we have this project, do you guys want to be involved? We took all the good feedback we have from them over the years, all the good parts we know, and then we just tried to add a little bit more. And the whole project they did within 9 months, I would say.
9 months to turn around a full sus XC bike is pretty insane. Moving on, we're obviously running Continental tyres, Race Kings front and rear. And what is that, 2.2, I think I see? 2.2? What sort of pressures, and does he run inserts?
We have inserts. We try a few different brands. So at the moment we don't have a partner in it, but we try a bit. It's 2.2 and he go between 1.1 and 1.4 depending on the course.
Okay.
We change a lot, I would say.
Right, so depending on rough, smooth, how much sort of different changes in elevation, things like that there are in there. Okay, this is a big one. So suspension-wise, now a lot of people may not be too familiar with this. Suspension is from SR Suntour, and it's a fully electronic setup. Now, we have touched on this in the past. There's no remotes on the bars. Everything is sort of fully integrated. But I don't suppose you could run us through a little bit more about maybe suspension setups, how he has it is, and the electronics itself?
The electronics is... We've been working together with Suntour the last 2 years on the system. So I don't know when they're going to release it, but I hope soon. It's really good. With Tom's setup, of course, the pressures is individual, the sack is individual, and he have a few volume space and the front and the rear shock.
Okay, so he likes sort of that feeling of it ramping up, I guess, then, because he's a pretty wild rider sometimes.
Yeah, but he like it pretty firm. I guess it's from the road. the change between the two bikes the whole time. He's pretty. He know what he wants. Let's say like that.
Yeah, I bet he does. Obviously, we got the gold graphics on there as well because it's got to match in, right? Moving on, I noticed we've got a power meter set up down there on some XTR cranks and XTR pedals. Is a power meter something he'll always run, especially on racing?
We always use the power meter. It's like he used the whole season to build his shape up. So for mountain bike we use SM power meters and have really good feedback for them. So yeah, we have all the data.
Okay, so that's something you can constantly keep an eye on the numbers then.
I don't think he looked during the race, but for sure his coach have a look after.
Yeah, a good analysis after, I guess. Dropper seat post, what dropper have we got in there? I'm not too sure what we've got.
It's from a small Spanish brand called Vertical.
Okay.
Pretty new. They're super light.
Right.
And like we had a chance to more or less use everything we could, and we choose this.
So just keeping it lightweight, really.
Yeah, get it as light as possible.
Okay. And actually, speaking of weight, what kind of weight are we looking at for this complete build as we see it, roughly?
Like this one is still one of the early versions, but when we have everything production ready, it'll be 10.4, 10.5.
I mean, that's a competitive weight, I reckon. There, small cassette on the back. Is it 1145?
1045, and then the short rear make.
I mean, he's got legs on him, so I'm sure he can push that 45 on the rear. Is there any changes that he would make between this and his short track setup?
So for the World Cup tomorrow, it'll be a 34 chainring in the front, and it was 38 for the short track. So
I mean, 38. That's pushing some watts, right?
yeah, he's used to a 54 on the road, so.
Yeah, one of the few who are. I mean, are there any other, can you sort of divulge any top secret tips? We got 160mm rotors on XTR brake setups there, I see. Any kind of other sneaky trickery you can divulge to us?
I think the most is just the whole project here is new. We had a busy winter, so the wheels is how to say, like the rim bed is fully carbon. There's no spoke holes, so it makes it easy for sealant and tubeless setup. The valve is like built into the rim, so we can demolish sit into the rim. It's different valve, but they sit in the rim bed, so it's good for the the inserts. Yeah. So there's never friction between that. And like in general, the last 2 years we spent on get experience and all this, took everything we have for the road, and just try to take as much into the mountain bike and as much we learned, and then we got a bike out of it.
Yeah, and a hell of a competitive one at that, because he absolutely crushed it when it came to short track the other day. That sprint of his was insane. Well, look, that's it. Thank you very much for sort of going through this bike with us. Really exciting to see another road brand sort of going into the mountain bike market. Let's stay tuned to GMBN for more great content, especially here from the World Cup. But I'm out of here. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and we will see you later. Cheers.